If you want to search for journal articles on Lexis Library, you will first have to click on Journals on the main toolbar at the top of the screen. Here you will be able to search for articles about a particular subject by typing in your keywords or phrases into the search term box and then hit search. You can also search by article title, author, citation, or also specify a particular date range. Note that you can either search through all subscribed journal sources, or you can select a particular source by clicking on the Dropbox menu just under Sources. You will then see a complete list of journals available on Lexis Library. There are some useful tips to remember when you are performing a search. If you use "and" between two words, you will find both words or phrases in the same items. For example, if we search for construction and contracts, you will find both construction and contracts somewhere in the same article, while construction and contracts in between quotation marks will find the phrase itself. If you use exclamation mark at the end of a shortened word, you will find all variants of the word beginning with the preceding letter. For example, contract exclamation mark will search for contract, contracts, contractual, contractor, and so on. If you use "or" between words, you will find synonyms or alternative words. For example, oil or petroleum or energy. You can have a look at more search tips just by clicking on the link here. Once you are decided on your search terms, type them in the search terms box. Once you perform the search, you will have other filter options which are located on the left-hand side of the screen. You can either narrow down by source name, table of contents, or topics. You can also search within the results to find something more particular or narrow down your results. The result list will display brief details about each article found, such as the date and source of the articles. If the title of the journals appears in the source column, then that means the complete article is available. If instead you see Journals Index Plus, that means that only the abstract is on the database. You can still see the full abstract and publication details by clicking on the title of the article. If you want to open the full document, just click on the main title. Once you open the document, have a look for the little icons on the top of the screen, and you can print, download, or email the document. Or alternatively, you can just read it online. If the article is not available in full text, you can try to find it using other means. Firstly, you will need to find the full title of the journal that contains the article before you can check any further. Please note the abbreviations will not suffice. Do not try to guess what the title is, as there are many journals with very similar titles. Open up the abstract of the article on the database, and the journal title will be spelled out in the reference at the top of the page. Alternatively, you can use the Cardiff Index of Legal Abbreviations to expand the title. Now, check the library's electronic journals list to find if we have the journal on another platform. Do remember to check the journal entry to see if the library has the journal for the date that you need it. If the library only has paper copies of the journal and you are a distance learning student, you can request a copy via the library's photocopying and scanning service. If you still haven't found it, have a look on the internet to see if there is a free copy. It's useful to try using both the Google and Google Scholar search engines. Finally, if you still have no luck, consider placing a request with the library's Interlibrary Loan service. This way, the library can try to obtain a copy of an article for you from another UK library.